I, Dame Edna Everidge, Giga Star, and don't I look scrumptious tonight? I'm all dolled up for the first day of spring. Yes, today we can welcome spring, and just as the title of my show says, we can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, Bosums, when I was thinking about titles for my show, I thought originally I was going to call it The Light at the End of My Tunnel. But I haven't seen a light there, well, since the start of all this COVID. I've not seen my gynecologist in over a year. So the light at the end of the tunnel was much better than my tunnel. You know, I can't wait to see my gynecologist. He's now 87, God bless his heart. But I like him because his hands shake. So tonight, I don't want to say we're celebrating the last year because, well, that doesn't sound quite right. But in a way, I am honoring, I guess, the last year. So much has happened. I've done so many videos and virtual shows. And yes, this might be the last virtual show for quite some time because I'm going back on stage. You'll hear more about that later. Meanwhile, for many, it's been a year of hell possums. And in that light, I'd like to welcome back one of my favorite guests, Rogues. They sang a song called Hell. So appropriate. Let's take a look at that video, Possums.
Serious right. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay. In the afterlife, you'll be headed for a serious drive. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay. People listen attentively, I mean about future calamity. Used to think the idea was obsolete until I heard the old stomping his feet. Fires applied to your body. Teeth are extruded and bones to ground. Baked into cakes you pass around. In the afterlife, you could be headed for a serious drive. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to
My goodness, Possums, that was a wild ride, wasn't it? It looked like this entire past year rolled up into one exciting video. And I'd like to welcome back to my show. This is the third time. Third time is a charm for my wonderful friend, the co-founder and artistic director of Rogue Swan. Put your hands together, Possums, for Kate Gordon.
Hi, Dame. How are you?
Oh, hello, Katie. You look scrumptious, my darling. Simply
Thank you.
scrumptious. And I've never seen such a lovely decorated room. Much more exciting.
Thank you.
Much more exciting than mine, for sure. And Katie, we're all seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And I read recently where during the plague, the plague back in the Middle Ages, after the plague was over, they celebrated with orgies and wine.
Wow.
What are you going to do? What are you going to celebrate? Are you going to have orgies and wine in Havre de Grace, Kate?
We might have orgies and scotch. How's that?
That's much better in my book. You're having a I love Paris in the springtime. Today's the first day of spring, so I've got my Eiffel Tower martini glass and a little sip of that, Kate. Oh, it's scrumptious, Katie. Now listen, that video, I have to say, it was marvelous. It was like something you see on MTV. I'm aging myself, but
Thank you. Thank you.
So many different shots. How long did it take you to make that?
Oh my goodness. It took us probably 2 to 3 weeks to get all the layers of the audio from our band members. And then we did the vocal recordings in a night, all night, one evening. And then our video was done in 2 different parts. So I would say it took us probably about 3.5 to 4 weeks to get it from start to finish.
So much time to create. And speaking of create, Kate, what's up next for Rogue Swan now that the light of the tunnel is coming?
All right. So we have, I think last time I talked to you when I was here, we were doing a big fundraiser where people were voting for what videos they wanted us to make. And that fundraiser's over. We have 7 winners. So this weekend, actually, last night we were doing audio recordings. Tomorrow we're doing the videos for the first of those 7 winners. The song is El Tango de Roxanne from the show Moulin Rouge.
Lovely.
So we're working on that. Then we have coming up in June, we've created a collaboration with Van Dever, which is a local lodging and event venue in Havre de Grace. So we're going to be doing dinner and a concert with them every other month, and that's going to be themed. So the first one in June is a speakeasy. So all the food is going to be 1920s, 1930s. And then in October, we have a live, we're doing our live show, our Halloween show called The Strange Case of Rogue Swan. We're turning it into a movie, and we're going to divide it into a mini series. So every Saturday night, you'll be getting a new addition to that mini series.
Lovely.
We have lots coming up. Lots coming up.
You do have lots coming up, Kate. It's so busy, much busier than I am, for sure.
And all of our videos you'll be able to see on the Rogue Swan YouTube channel. So please check it out because we put a lot of work into these videos, and literally every song that people have voted on is a different genre. It was interesting to us. I thought we would have like all Broadway shows but it's every genre you can imagine. It goes from El Tango de Roxanne to Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi. It's like every genre of music that people voted on for us to make into videos. So that's really what we're spending the spring doing.
And making a movie to boot for Halloween. How exciting.
Yes. And speaking of the movie, so Rogue Swan would love it if Dame, you would consider being our hostess for the Halloween show.
Kate, you're making me moist, darling. You're making me moist. I'm just tearing up. It's such an honor.
Well, I love knowing that I'm making you moist. I live for that.
It's such a thrill. I have to check my schedule. Not as busy as yours, but I'd absolutely be honored to work
We
with
would
you.
love it. We would
Rogue
love if you
Swan,
came
I
and
could
was
be
with our hostess for all of the mini series. That would be amazing.
I'd love it. I could be the Rogue Dame, Katie.
Yes. You got to dress
Well,
sexy for Halloween, Dame.
oh, I do have a Halloween ensemble just for your show, Katie. I can't wait. Well, Kate, as always, it's been such a pleasure. And I know you're busy making all these videos this weekend. So thank you for taking out some time to be on maybe my last for a while virtual show.
Always for you, Dame.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, check out Rogue Swan and go to their YouTube channel and check out all their social media. And I want to thank Kate and Rogue Swan again for being part of my virtual series.
Thank
Good
you
night,
so much.
Kate. Good
Have
night.
an amazing night. Take care. Thanks so much, Dame.
I just adore her. She'd look a little bit better with purple hair, I think, but the red is stunning. Such the ginger. In any case, Possums, what a year it has been. Just like that video, that many things happening in that video, scary things, lovely things. So back when quarantine started, I was bored to tears. So just for my fans, Possums, I made, believe it or not, you can find them on my YouTube channel, I made 8 weeks worth of daily videos, little short videos under 2 minutes. Each day had a different theme. Manic Monday, Throwback Thursday, Dame and Whoopee Wednesdays. But I think one of my favorites, because during quarantine, everyone was worried about toilet paper. So I thought I should have Toilet Paper Tuesdays. So let's take a look at that series, Possums. Now, Possums, what to do with all those extra rolls of toilet papers that you're hoarding here on Toilet Paper Tuesday? While we're in isolation, it's important that we continue to exercise. We don't want to be a couch potato and put on a lot of weight. So I fancied some of my toilet paper into workout activities. So you can see, you can do it yourself at home. It's like Etsy. Oh, Possums, this is quite the workout. Oh, good Lord, Possums. I might bust a nerve. Today, Possums, I'm playing Jenga. Well, toilet paper Jenga. You remember that game? You have to be very careful. And I've done pretty well so far after I built the tower. With the little help. Let's see now. Steady, steady. You must have a steady hand when you're dealing with toilet paper, Possums. It's much trickier than wood. All right, a little bit more. I feel like it's going to be successful. I feel like it. Oh, crap, Possums. No pun intended, of course. Oh, my Lord. What is going on? Oh, I have a sneaky suspicion. My pussy's been acting up again. We'll see about this, Possums. I must be getting old, Possums. One bathroom leads to another. Oh, yes, Pussy. I see you're trying to give me a hint we're out of toilet paper. What a good little pussy you are. I so love playing with you, Pussy. Just so you know, Possums, no animals or toilet paper were actually hurt in the making of this video. Possums, another thing that seems to be flying off the shelves is paper towels. So I thought, what can I do to combine my paper towel supply with my toilet paper supply, just for a little more fun? So, Possums, do you think I could get a little product placement from these videos? Well, it's been a long time since I've done this, so let's give it a whirl, shall we? Oh, I've got 2. Now, if I just wasn't alone, perhaps someone could have thrown the toilet tissue back at me. Now, as I mentioned, Possum, because of my Toilet Paper Tuesdays, people have been sending me all kinds of ideas, and this one I got from a long-lost aunt, Regina from Melbourne, Australia. She's quite the gambler. She's addicted, really. It's sad but true. But she sent me this lovely idea. Do it at home casino slots. I would call them dame slots, but that sounds a little too risque. But you see, you just draw some cherries and grapes, and then you just have a go at it and see if you get a match. I'm afraid to see where the coins might drop out of. Oh, look at that. Oh, I got nothing. 2 barcodes and a Scots. I lost. Let's try again, shall we? This is just too much fun, Possum. And I haven't even had a 2 grapes. Oh, a barcode. Well, better luck next time, Possum. You know, Possums, because I'm so popular and people have watched my Toilet Paper Tuesdays, people have been sending me all kinds of toilet paper in the mail. And just yesterday, I got this very special toilet paper. Isn't it scrumptious, Possums? Isn't it just delightful? You know, I don't think I've ever be so happy to have someone kiss my ass in a long time, Possums. Oh. Hello, Possums. This is unfortunately my last Toilet Paper Tuesday, now that toilet paper seems to be back on the shelves. And I couldn't use all of King Tut, or else I get arrested for copyright infringement. So I hope you enjoy just watching me dance about like a raving lunatic. What was I thinking, Possums? What was I thinking? Oh, thank you, Tanya Lazar. She loves my outfits. Yes, Scrumptious, my son Kenny. He designs all of my dresses. Oh, thank you, Linda. I should start a fashion line, but then Kenny, he'd take all my money. In any case, I must have been out of my mind being alone in quarantine. I look back at those videos and I don't know what I was doing. Drinking too many martinis, I suppose. But so many parents, I felt, at least I was alone. I didn't have any young ones running about, but our parents throughout the world, they were working from home and their children were home. So they were also running a daycare center while trying to work in their Zoom meetings, etc. And this one mother that I know, I saw the lovely little video she made for Chapel Street Players. I don't know why I'm so fond of them, but I love it when I'm in my flat in Delaware to visit the Chapel Street Players. And they had a wonderful virtual variety show, and this was one of the most exciting videos in that show. Take a look.
I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. But I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk I want to be. I'm a thief in Calcutta. I'm a queen in Peru. I'm a mermaid dancing upon the sea. I'm a huntress on an African safari. It's a dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sally forth to seek my quarry. When I find I forgot to bring my gun, I am lost in the jungle, all alone and unarmed. When I see a lioness in her lair, then I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair.
Are you okay in there? You in there? We need you.
Sorry, did you like watching?
Don't take a picture of me.
Wasn't that just lovely, Possums? And the beautiful actress singer behind that is my dear friend, Bethany Miller. So let's welcome her to the show.
Hi.
Oh, look at you, Bethany. You're in your own little corner of the world.
I am.
It's as though you're hiding from your little children.
Where else could I record from without being interrupted?
Well, what, dear Beth, what inspired you to make this video?
Well, I chose to be a stay-at-home mom when my kids were little. But my youngest went back to school 4 years ago, and I thought that season was over. So when COVID hit, I was just struck by how much I didn't ask to be thrust back into that role. And I started to sing this song in my head and kind of wish for just some space and time, some time to dream, to be not the one doing all the things for all the people all the time.
Yes, being a wife and a mother, it's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I had 4 children. I know what it's like. Thank God they're all grown now, so I don't have to go find a little corner of the world to hide in. No, seriously though, did you actually? I'm curious, Beth. And inquiring minds want to know: did you actually spend a lot of time? Did you use that tactic and hide in the bathroom?
I can barely get enough time to do the things I have to do in here. It doesn't really work. Like you saw in the video, even when I was making it, my daughter was tucked in the one corner of the room that wasn't on film so that she could watch and be there for the whole thing. No.
It was an interesting perch, I have to say, Bethany. I hope you use Clorox regularly there in that corner.
Yep. Yeah.
Or she bathed afterwards, I hope.
She was.
Well, I got a little itchy watching that little part of it. So, Kate, not Kate, that was my prior guest. I should cut down on my drink. Beth, when you were in COVID with your husband and your children, and for a lot of people it was very depressing. What did you do to stay positive during COVID?
For all the trials, we really did have a really good experience through so much of this. It's been a very bonding experience for our family. We've spent a lot of time outside, more than normal, and we're already an outdoorsy family. I'm an introvert, so Keith was actually very good at knowing when I'd hit my limit and taking the kids away and giving me some peace and quiet and some time to recharge, to journal, to pray, to just like recenter myself and prepare to re-enter the family world again. So yeah, there were definitely some very good things that happened over this past year as well.
Lovely, Bethany. And it shocks me. It truly does that you're an introvert. You're so talented, singer, actress, mom, wife. What's next for you? Any acting, musical gigs coming up in the near future?
Nothing on the books yet, but I miss live theater so much. So the minute something opens up, I'm there. I'm so ready.
Well, and they'll be ready for you, Kate. The world can't. Kate, I can't. I did it again.
It's okay.
You're gonna get a complex. You're gonna get a complex. Beth. I swear to goodness. But yes, the world looks forward to seeing Bethany Miller back on stage. I certainly do. And I'll be back on stage, too, Beth.
I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'll let you get back to your lovely family. They're all adorable. And thank you so much for taking time to join me on my special Light at the End of the Tunnel show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Goodbye, Possum.
Bye.
Wasn't she lovely? I can't believe I called her Kate twice. She's going to get a complex, especially as an introvert, which really shocks me for sure. So, Possums, I didn't do a show in February because I was back on stage at the little Milton Theater for a Valentine's special. The last time I did a live stream was the Epiphany, and so many holidays have come since then, and some more to come after my virtual show. There's so much to celebrate, so I had to think about my taste testing. Yes, Possums, it's time for taste testing. You saw peeps on the graphic, but I'm not there yet. I want to show you first these special. I did Oreo cookies on one of my very first stream shows, but now they've got these Lady Gaga Oreo cookies. Can you imagine? I thought, well, I have to find these right away because I can't wait to taste Lady Gaga. Oh my! I haven't even opened the package. The first time I've ripped it all up. So let's take a look at this. It's orange with green filling. Now, what that has to do with Lady Gaga, I have no idea. I thought perhaps it might look like a meat dress. No, but let's take it out. Let's check it out. I'm going to lick Lady Gaga. It tastes like the stuffing in an Oreo. I think they just dyed it green. I don't even think she's Irish. Possums, I'm so glad it's a limited edition. It should be very limited, and I suggest you don't buy them. Nasty. Exactly. God, I wouldn't even feed them to the screaming goat. But next up, just in time to celebrate Easter, because I won't have an April show, at least not on stream. I'll get to the real April show in just a moment. But we're going to try some Peeps Possums. Now, first of all, last year, because of COVID, they didn't have any Peeps on the shelf. And when I saw Peeps, when I went out shopping, I saw Peeps, and not just regular Peeps, which I thought that's all there was regular Peeps. But no, they've got multi-flavored Peeps. First is the regular Peep, which is marshmallow coated in like cracked sugar. Now, usually I know Peeps only to be Peeps. They're little chickies, but look, I found a pink bunny Peep. So let's try this regular marshmallow Peep.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail, hippity hopping, Easter's on its way.
Thank you. Now I feel like a cannibal eating Peter Cottontail. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, it's a Peep. It's marshmallow coated in sugar. Now let me cleanse my palate. And to celebrate, because I like to be inclusive, also coming up right before Easter is Passover. So I have some matzah here to cleanse the palate. You gotta love matzah. So next up is a cotton candy flavored peep. Look at it. It's speckled. It looks like it's got a disease and not COVID. Let's give this a whirl, possums. Possums, it tastes like a peep. I don't think it tastes anything like cotton candy at all. But then again, cotton candy is just spun sugar, which is all over a peep. Perhaps this flavor will be more enticing. It is chocolate pudding peep. Oh wait, cleanse the palate. All right. Chocolate pudding peep. Possums, there's a hint of chocolate, but it still tastes like a marshmallow dipped in sugar. Now, believe it or not, there's the regular peeps, and now they've got a high-end peep, for the 1%. It's a peep dipped in chocolate. This is a coconut dark chocolate peep. Look at it. It's sitting in chocolate, so it looks like a swan floating across a lake of mud. Now, possums, that is a peep I will eat again and again. Because you know what? You can actually taste something besides marshmallow coated in sugar. You can taste that nice dark chocolate at the base. Maybe I'll just rip the little swan off of the black chocolate base and just eat the chocolate. Last but certainly not least, it's called a sour watermelon peep. And it's green. That should be warning enough. Let's try this. Oh, but wait, especially after all that lovely dark chocolate, let me cleanse the palate with some matzah. And my drink. All right, possums. The sour watermelon green like an alien peep. Oh my goodness, possums. I actually could taste the watermelon. I didn't taste like a peep, but it was bloody sour for sure. Worse than an apricot sour or a whiskey sour. It was just like a pucker sour. It was like, what are those little gummy things or whatever? Oh, it was awful, possums. But if you like sour stuff and watermelon and you don't like peeps, I suggest you buy that sour watermelon peep. And do you think they'll send me some money? Heck no. Oh, I need some matzah after that. Get that sour taste off my tongue. I've been licking Lady Gaga and licking Peeps.
The Dame's understudy is grateful for all the generosity that her fans showed throughout the year in gratuities. As she readies to pay her taxes, and if you have enjoyed tonight's show or the many shows and videos this year, please feel free to send a gratuity via Venmo or PayPal. And again, thank you. Now, back to the Dame.
Well, possums, I'm refreshed after doing that taste testing. And as we move out of COVID, as people get their vaccinations, I don't know what I'm going to do. It was such a lovely excuse. There's so many people that I stayed socially distanced from. I mean, really distanced from. And now I can't use COVID as an excuse anymore. I'm going to have to find another excuse to stay away from those people. I'm sure many of you are in that same boat, aren't you? You just love saying to your, mother-in-law, sorry, can't come visit for Mother's Day because COVID. You know what? Just say you haven't got the vaccine yet, because I know there's a lot of trouble in the States trying to get the vaccine. But that excuse will only last to 2022, and then you'll have to find another one. But even though there were some people I was glad to stay away from during COVID, it was a time where many people reconnected. And I reconnected with an old friend, Rachel Cole. She was on my show several times, 3, perhaps 4. I think she was my most frequent guest because she's lovely, she's scrumptious. She's a talented singer, but she's also an author. And she wrote a lovely book to get us through. And I would really encourage you to go out and buy this book, Possums. It's called Choose Happiness. Yes, that's Rachel in the picture. You heard her sing many times. Choose Happiness is a lovely book, and it's like a bedside table book, a cocktail table book. You don't have to read it in order. It's a bunch of little essays. Can we show that again? B&P Productions. Can we keep that up there just for a second? Thank you. And it's got lovely little chapters, and they're very short, very easy read for those of you who don't like reading. And there's just different tools to help you manage being happier. And you can get it on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. So please choose happiness and choose Rachel Cole's book. They make a lovely Christmas gift as well. Thank you. And now, the last time I had Rachel on my show, and Todd Chappelle and Kate Gordon and Rosanna Dana back from the dead, they helped me out with one of the most favorite parts of my live streams that I won't be doing on stage shows. It's time, Possums, for all of you to get your little fingers ready on the keyboard. It's time for trivia! And so get your fingers ready, because I didn't do a show in February, and my show in January was very early with the Epiphany. I didn't get to do a lot of holidays. The trivia is always holiday themed, and I will be doing a show in April or May or June or July, the foreseeable future, which is great news. So this trivia covers many, many holidays. So first off is Martin Luther King Day. So January 15th, Possums, is the actual birthday of Martin Luther King. The question is, where was Martin Luther King born? We always celebrate Martin Luther King Day on the Monday around his birthday. He was actually born on January 15th, the Ides of January. What famous city was Martin Luther King born in? Now wait, I'll give you a hint. It's in one of the original colonies on the East Coast. No one knows where Martin Luther King was born. I know there's a delay, but I don't see any answers. B&P Studio. Oh, wait, yes, Kathy Skelly, you get it. You are correct. It was Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, Martin Luther King was born. So I did my show with the Milton for Valentine's weekend. This is the Valentine's Day question, possums. According to research, us ladies, us women, do we prefer candy or flowers on Valentine's Day? You've got a 50-50 chance, possums, of answering this correctly. Do women prefer candy or flowers for Valentine's Day? I thought the answer to this. Flowers or candy on Valentine's Day? What do women prefer? Perhaps men prefer it too, I don't know. Anyone? Oh, I see lots of people. Yes, thank you, B&P, for that lovely sound effect. Yes, believe it or not, it's candy. You know, you think us ladies who like to maintain a nice, slim figure would prefer flowers, but no, we actually want to have candy. But not peeps, possums, not peeps. Next up is the Ides. No, I'm sorry. It's Black History Month, which was February. At the time of her historic bus incident, Rosa Parks worked in a department store as a what? So, yes, part of Black History Month, Rosa Parks stood up in that bus. A wonderful change in time. I shouldn't say wonderful, but it marked an awareness, possums. It marked an awareness. And sweet Rosa Parks, who stood up for her rights, she worked in a department store. And what kind of work did she do in that department store? Seamstress, my goodness. He is on a roll. And just because he's married to Kate Gordon, don't think I gave him the answers, possum, because I didn't. He's just obviously brilliant. Clearly he's brilliant because he married Kate. Next up is the Ides of March. Now, the Romans counted days differently, and the Ides were important every month, not just March, to mark the 15th, or the middle of the month. What god, what Roman god were they supporting and celebrating on each Ides of March? Every Ides of March, they were celebrating a particular Roman god. Which Roman god was it? I'll give you a hint. This Roman god is also the name of one of the planets of our solar system, possums. This is so exciting. I'll miss this. I'll miss my little trivia nights for sure. Anyone? What god, Roman god, does the Ides of every month? Bonnie Brooks, I'm sorry, it's not Mars. We're gonna move on. No, it's not Pluto. Play it again. But look at Nate Gordon. He truly is smart. He picked the right answer. It's Jupiter. Nate Gordon, you're a genius. Don't lose that, man. All right, moving on. St. Patrick's Day, come and gone a few days ago. It's celebrated on March 17th. Now, was that the birth date? Another 50-50 question. Was March 17th the birth date or the death date of St. Patrick? Yes, Possum, St. Patrick did exist. It's not just an excuse to go to your local bar and pretend you're Irish. I did read a wonderful thing on Facebook. Someone said, well, St. Patrick's Day is over, so everyone can stop pretending to be Irish, and then we'll just wait to Cinco de Mayo, and everyone will pretend to be Mexican. And that is not racist, it is a Mexican holiday. So, yes, was March 17th the birth date or the death date of the person who became St. Patrick in Ireland? Bonnie Brooks, you finally beat Nate Gordon. Yes, it was his death. Very good. Moving on, as I said, it's Passover in a week. So, though it's traditionally a Jewish holiday, Passover possums, the history of Passover can be found in what book of the Christian Bible? That's right, possums. Passover, though a traditional Jewish holiday, is the explanation for it, the customs, the traditions that are in a Passover Seder can be found, the history can be found in one of the books of the Christian Bible, because we're all in this together, possums, regardless of your religion. Well, you know what? I'm going to have a little bit of matzah just to celebrate the Passover question. Once again, possums. Then there's Nate again. He's brilliant. He's either brilliant or the only person still watching. Yes, Nate, the book is Exodus. Next question, Easter. We're here at Easter. 2021 marks the 50th anniversary. I love Christmas specials. You know, the Rankin Bass, Rudolph, Year Without a Santa Claus. There's actually an Easter special made by Rankin Bass called Here Comes Peter Cottontail. And it was made 50 years ago in 1971. The voice of Peter Cottontail is one of your famous, he's now dead, but a famous radio DJ. The voice of Peter Cottontail in Here Comes Peter Cottontail, 1971, is one of your radio disc jockeys. He's now passed. There were some other famous voices in that show, possums. Vincent Price, the great Vincent Price, played Iron Tail. Mickey Rooney, no, Mama. I'll wait for it next time, B&B. No, Mickey Rooney was Santa Claus, but Mickey Rooney was not a famous radio DJ in the Americas either. Yes, Bonnie Brooks, you spelled it wrong, but Casey Kasem is the right answer. Lovely. Moving on. Number 8, Arbor Day. What day is National Arbor Day? I know you all celebrate it, don't you? You all go out and plant a tree, I'm sure. What day is the national celebration of Arbor Day? I know this is a tricky question, and time is moving on, so I'll ask the next question as well. This is in honor of Mother's Day, which is in May, and Women's History Month, which we're in right now in March. According to the Guinness Book of Records, what is the most number of children one mother ever delivered? Now, we've got an answer for Arbor Day. Oh no, Nate. You were wrong, Nate Gordon, for the first time, but you know, for all the times that you get it right, I'm sure Katie is a happy wife. No, Kathy's. No, I'll give you a hint, Possum, for Arbor Day. It is not. No, Mama O. It's one of those revolving holidays, like Thanksgiving is the third Thursday or the fourth, one of those Thursdays in November. The national states do different versions of Arbor Day, but the National Arbor Day is a floating holiday. It's on a specific day of a specific month. Moving on to that other question, the Mother's Day Women's History question. According to the Guinness Book, no, Bonnie, it's a number. Oh no, is that the child answer? Now we're all going to be confused. How many children, according to the Guinness Book World of Records, did one mother have in her lifetime? Nate, I have to say, with 62, you're close, Nate, but not quite right. No, Mama O, you're far off. Anyone else for Arbor Day? If not, I'll just give the answer. I will give the answer to Arbor Day while you all debate how many children one woman, according to the Guinness Book World of Records, you could be looking it up on the internet by now. How many children one woman brought into the world? The answer will shock you. No, Bonnie, you're wrong. Arbor Day, National Arbor Day Possums, is the last Friday in April. That was the answer. April 30th might have been right, Nate, in one year or the other, but it is the last Friday in the month of April. Now on to the mothers. This woman possum, she had so many children you won't believe it. Pat Doyle, 65. Pat Doyle, 65, that has a familiar ring to it. I don't know why. You're very close. You're very close. You're hot. You're getting warmer. I'll wait for one more answer on how many children one woman brought into the world. It's higher than 65. And it's a special number. 100. Lord have mercy, Bonnie. Wrong. I was waiting for the sound cue, B&P. Wrong. I just love hearing it. 700. No, 72. No. I'll just have to. 70. Oh, no. Yes, Mama. Oh, you got it right. Yes, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, one mother had 69 children. It's a wonder she had any time to do that. The 69 anyway. And last but certainly not least, the 10th question. This is for Father's Day in June and President's Day, which was in January or February. I'm not from America, so I have no clue, but it's come and gone. According to most officials, how many founding fathers of the United States of America were there? According to most officials, and I don't know who they are, how many founding fathers were there of the United States? 10th and last question. Wait. I'll have a drink. The obvious answer to founding fathers might be 13 because of the, senators or the congressmen in the Continental Congress. It's not 13. It's the 10th question, possums. Celebrating Father's Day. No, Mama O, wrong. No, Mike Barker. No, Linda Carey. Nobody Brooks. Oh my goodness, surprise, surprise, possums. Nate got the correct answer to my 10th question, which was a hint. Yes, according to most researchers, and again, I don't know who those bloody bastards are, but there were 10 founding fathers. Thank you for joining me for the little trivia, my last trivia for a while. I don't do trivia in my live stage shows because there's no time for them, too busy interacting. But speaking of live shows, possums, I'm so happy to announce my upcoming shows. On April 2nd, I'll be back on stage at the Havre de Grace Opera House. April 2nd, Havre de Grace Opera House for one day night of medicinal laughter. I may be at the Milburn Stone Theatre on April 30th. That's still up in the air because of COVID. And then I'll definitely be on May 8th at the Milton Theatre in Milton, Delaware, doing One Dame Edna's Mother Days comedy special. And the Mother's Day comedy special is so much fun because we do a game show. We do a motherhood game. It's like the Newlywed Game, but with mothers and their adult children. So please come and join me at Havany Grace Opera House on April 2nd, or Milburn Stone April 30th, or Milton Theatre May 8th. And you know, another thing that's happened, Possums, during this time that I've not been on a live stream are all the awards have started, the Golden Globes and the Grammys. I watch the Grammys, Possums, and it makes me feel so old. I didn't know who anybody was on the Grammys. I didn't recognize anyone on the Grammys until I saw the in memoriam, part where they show all the dead people. I recognized many of those artists, but not the artists in the Grammys. Oh, I did recognize old, Squinty Eyes, as I like to call her, Taylor Swift. She won a Grammy. I suppose that during quarantine she broke up with another boyfriend, and that's how she had an award-winning song. And then I saw many of these artists, young artists, with tattoos everywhere. They had tattoos on their eyelids and their cheeks and their arms. It made me think of one of my childhood friends, Agnes, who put a tattoo of a heart on her right breast when she was a perky 22-year-old. Now she's as old as me, Possums, and things start to sag. So that pink heart looks like the Blob from that horror film. And then there were these names I didn't recognize. There was Dua Lipa. There was Doja Cat. It sounded like new characters in the Star Wars world of Mandalorian. And there was this one video, call me, I don't know, old-fashioned, Possums. But there was this one song that they did on the Grammys. It was called W.A.P. And it was sung by Cardi B. And I thought Cardi B was like a heart condition or a heart specialist. But it was called W.A.P. And it stands for Wet, or as I like to say in the short of it, Wet Donkey Galore. It was, seriously, Possums, I don't want to tell you what WAP really stands for. I'm glad that B&P Studios beeped it out. But speaking of WAP, I'm so happy I've got to dig for it. I've piled stuff up all over it. Here it is, Possums. The last, for a while. Never say never, as Jane Bond knows. Never say never again. But this is time for the bedtime story. Possums, tonight's story is called Lucy Lick-a-Lot-of-Puss Goes Down South. Here we go, Possums. Lucy Lick-a-Lot-of-Puss lived in San Francisco Bay. She thought an awful lot of it was dark and cold and gray. There was no way that she could stand more wind and rain and snow. That was the day that Lucy planned her trip to Mexico. Marty Megasaurus. Can we see the picture? Marty Megasaurus agreed to watch the house. Lucy packed a bag and thought, I've got to get down south. She had no clue what she would eat or even where she'd stay. But Lucy knew that she could make some friends along the way. There's a spot in San Jose that she's heard about. Lucy stopped there on the way to check the action out. The waitress winked at Lucy and showed her to her seat. She was back a minute later with some albacore to eat. Picture. Lucy grabbed those healthy buns as the waitress turned around. She spread them wide and had some fun with the tuna she just found. The next day in Monterey, the ladies were not shy. She and they spent most of the day finger-licking pies. These sweet things were works of art. They were hot and they were fresh. She even found a Swedish tart. Picture. Which Lucy likes best. Oh, those Swedes. She stopped off in Los Angeles to see what she could land. She met a girl named Candace there at the produce stand. They strolled along the boardwalk just to waste some time. They rolled their eyes at all the girls in the corn dog line. Then they messed around, clam digging on the beach. As the sun went down, Candace shared her little peach. Next stop, San Diego. Lucy Shore was getting close. She went into a bakery there, just following her nose. The pastry baker's hand was slick from buttering her muffin. Buttering her muffin. She had Lucy take a lick. She thought it needed something. Lucy grabbed her honey pot and made a gooey mess. The baker just sat back and watched while Lucy did the rest. Now, Lucy finally, there's a map on every other page. Because Lucy, lick a lot of puss. She's going down south. So now she's in Tijuana. On the streets of Tijuana, Lucy really was at odds. All that she could find to eat were badly wrapped kebabs. They were offered up by working girls down along the docks. Most of them had crabs and worms and smelled like dirty socks. I think you know what part of the male anatomy the kebab should be. So Lucy got back in her car and headed down the coast. She did not have that far to go, but what she loves the most. Okay, so now she's in Ensenada. Ensenada, right down south. As she passed through Ensenada's gates, she could smell it in the air. She couldn't wait to get a taste. This is why she went down there. I'll just show you this picture. It's not going to be superimposed, so it might be a little, but she's finally where she wants to be. And look at that lovely waitress, with here's what she went down south for. Fish taco stands were everywhere. They were hot and moist and pink. Lucy was in heaven there, just munching tacos on the beach. I'm so glad to end with this one, Possums, because it's truly brilliant. Maybe run her up to the beaver. Next time she's going to take a bus with room for all her friends. Because Lucy Lick-a-Lot-of-Puss will go down south again. Oh, good Lord, Possums. It's been so lovely. Been so lovely spending time with you in COVID and quarantine. I really, truly thank you for following me on Facebook, social media. It means a lot, especially being alone for so long. And so many of you are so generous throughout the year, and I truly makes me moist. I get moist. Truly, I get truly moist. How special you've been to this dame understudy. I hate to admit, just the understudy. In any case, I want to thank for all these shows, B&P Studios. Give them a big round of applause. B&P Studios have made my nights, my live streams possible, and so much fun. We have a great time. And I wish them all the best as we get back to the end of my tunnel. And once again, on April 2nd, for those of you who've got your vaccine and want to venture out, April 2nd, I'll be at the Havre de Grace Opera House with a full show of Possums. And then on definitely May 8th, I will be at the Milton Theater in Milton, Delaware with my Mother's Day motherhood game. And perhaps April 30th at Milburn Stern. Well, Possums, I love you all. I thank you all. Stay safe. Keep your mask on, even with the vaccine if you're out among strangers. And good night.